So howdy, I'm Jeff Coots. I'm from Jackson Independent, and it's my second year teaching. But this year, for the first time, at least for me, I get to teach a computer science class. And I always love computers. I'm what you would say is on the nerdy side. So for me, it was just a dream come true. So I had this idea last year, but well, I'm kind of poor. So I didn't want to use my own funds to do this, but ARI was gracious enough to give me the opportunity to do virtual reality. And to let me start that out, let me give you two scenarios. The first scenario is we're in Egypt. We're looking up, and when we do look up, we see the Pyramid of Giza, and then all the way in the distance, and of course I could be wrong on this because I don't know geography too well, but you can see the Sphinx. Now let me give you a different scenario. And this scenario is we look at a picture of both of these items and we find the distance of it. More than likely, you're going to remember that second scenario for maybe while we're in class. But that first scenario, giving students the ability to work in the classroom and see things that's not usually accessible for them, is just a game changer. It gives students the ability that, and Breathitt County is where I'm at, so we're a pretty low socioeconomical area. We don't have the access to go to Egypt. But using virtual reality, we have that ability. We not only have it to go to Egypt, we have the ability to go through a flight simulation. We can go to the bottom of the ocean not last week, but a couple weeks before. We had a couple students try it out, and they were on a shark expedition. We give students the ability that they never would have if we didn't get grants like this from the ARI Fire Summit. But this doesn't just affect it by giving students who are doing math. Since I'm teaching a coding class, my entire goal for this year is to try to create some kind of application. It could be application, it could be a game, it could be just some kind of simulation that works in virtual reality. It gives students the ability to get a leg up on other competitors, because when I was starting in high school, didn't know anything about coding. I looked at it once and it looked crazy, but now students get the ability to learn that at such a young age. And because of that, I want my students to excel, not just because I want it to look good on me, because that's the last thing for me. Really, I want when they get out of school, I want them to be able to say, I have so many other possibilities that I never would have had because I was given opportunities that may not be presented for other people. Now, I chose the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation VR. One, because to me, I thought it was the most accessible and one of the better virtual reality systems. There are other ones, such as the Oculus Rift and the Oculus Go, which I did just find out about earlier today. But not too many people have Oculus Rifts or have even heard of that. But houses worldwide have PlayStation 4s. And this is something that, even if they're not in the classroom, they have the ability to see what kind of content we're going to be discussing in class. And they get opportunities, again, that not everybody's going to have. And so hopefully by the end of the year, they'll be able to code something in that. And then in my geometry class, hopefully they're going to have some kind of concept that they've remembered because they got to experience different events, different curriculum, even if we're going to follow the same standards. If we're going to talk about distance, they could find the distance between the Pyramid of Giza and the Sphinx. But it's not going to be the same if I just use my book, because a book is a great resource. But I know if I experienced a trip in one day that took 30 minutes, I'm going to remember that a lot more than page 387 that says the distance formula is the square root of x2 minus x1. But we'll get on to that. So is there any questions? Nope. Okie dokie. Sounds good. Thanks.